You know, it's a cute movie. Trolls. Trolls is a cute movie.
It's cute.
All right. Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We've got your butter on top, The Conjuring, Last Rites, and of course, we've got a drunk classic for you in Hail Caesar. Let's go. Welcome back to Popcorn and Beers, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk. We're going to get right into it because there is so much. What do we got there? I don't recognize that can, Josh.
It's bubble water, cherry lime.
It's like the best drink at Sonic. Is anyone going to argue with that? The cherry limeade?
Ocean water is pretty fire, dude.
It's like we need to have like a blind test and figure out which one tastes better, like in that moment with like the perfect shaved ice. This is German beer. Warsteiner.
Oh, Warsteiner, yeah. You went with is that German beer? Because they sell it at every shitty liquor store in America.
In America. Oh, sorry. I didn't know that Heineken had an embargo on delivering beer to the Americas from Germany.
Saying, if you're going to get German beer, get some German beer, not like the Corona.
I'm trying to get like a sponsorship when we start getting views. So I'd like somebody that has money to do it, not a local brewery. All right. So eventually we're going to get into this week's Butter on Top, The Conjuring Last Rites. But as always, we are your brothers, sisters, kittens, best friends, talking dogs, favorite movie review show. And I know I'm taking a bit to get into it today, but that's because The Conjuring took a bit to get into a fucking movie. Jesus Christ, an hour and a half to become a movie. This was one of the most boring cinematic experiences I have ever had in my entire life. The directors, the writers, you should be ashamed. You have 11 fucking movies on a series, and you still feel like you need an hour and a half of setup? We had 11 movies of setup. Yeah. How do you still need setup? How is that possible? And then literally in my notes, I'm not going to give you the glory of giving you a full review. This is a popcorn movie. I put this movie could have been a half hour long with some pretext. Like, just tell me how we got here. Okay, they got a kid. They looked into a mirror. Some shit happened. Kid might be cursed. Who knows? Half hour movie. Done. That's it.
Bang.
That's literally all we needed for this movie, because the whole time I'm sitting there in the theater, I'm like, is this movie going to get going? Like, there's this whole storyline happening, and we're just going to ignore it for literally so he might propose? So some douchebag might propose so they could set up a new, like, this is the new family. We did the real life stuff, but we're going to set it up for some fictional stuff here in a minute. Like, we followed the non-fictional story, and now we want to set it up for some fictional stuff. So we're going to keep this series going.
Next generation.
Yeah, that's essentially even more conjure, even more ing. But it's so bad because literally it's not even like, okay, like, invest me in the storyline. It's like, I know what this is about. It's fine. Like, if you had just opened it with the opening scene and then got right into what we're going to watch, okay, fine. Good movie, hour and a half. No, you gave me an hour and a half of setup before 30 minutes of movie. Who does that? I don't give a shit about his heart. I don't care. Go exorcise some demons and let's get the hell on with this movie. He can play ping pong. I gotta watch a 15-minute ping pong scene. Like, it's not the ping pong world championships. It's we're gonna go exorcise demons.
But was it spooky ping pong?
No.
It was literally actors. This is going to go down. So you know how, Josh, you know how they always have those like cutouts on social media when you have like bloopers of actors trying to be athletes? That's what this was. Actors like, yeah, I played ping pong, blah, blah. Like, that's what this looked like. It looked like the kids that have never thrown a football before. So popcorn for me for The Conjuring Last Rites. I can't even muster up full review, as Josh says, go through the full synopsis of the movie and then tell you guys what my rating is. So that's what you get. It's very boring. Go if you go to the theaters, like, my advice, bring a pillow. Jordan?
I agree with most of what you said there. The Conjuring Last Rites. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. It was really boring. But hey, the bright side, the good thing is that it packed the theater. It packed the theater, which is not always a great thing. But when you are supporting local small chain theaters, right, like we tried to do around here, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at the fact that it got some cash flow to that theater. But yes, this was lazy. So lazy. It was slow. It was insulting, frankly.
Yeah.
It was insulting to all of your senses. Cheap jump scares, um no explanation of like anything really.
Well, giving you an hour and a half of explanation
On just the dumbest of the dumb stuff that doesn't matter. Like none of the spooky stuff gets explained. There's no kind of lore. They don't build any lore into this. It's just like, here's some tropey scary shit, like an axe murderer guy and like scary old ladies and creepy toys. Oh, what does everybody have in their house that is like at nighttime when you pass by it? It's inherently creepy. A mirror. Yeah, okay, let's make a mirror the bad guy. Like with no real lore behind. Like you don't get any backstory on this possessed creepy mirror. That's like the focal
and you never
point.
actually get the bad guy, do you? We never actually got to see the demon. We just see like hands and stuff, but we never actually see the actual demon.
Right. Yeah. And it's all very predictable. It's all very, very predictable. All the explanation of the entire movie, it's not necessary, really. But what you do also get, the creepiest part was the really creepy poster of John Wayne, right? Twice, that for some reason gets like a hard camera pan towards John Wayne, and then for no reason. It's just like, oh, here's a John Wayne poster, and you're supposed to like get creeped out by it. I don't know. It was odd. Yeah. It's a lot of odd choices through this movie. It was really just a vehicle to like give you a few more shots of Annabelle. Like they wedged Annabelle into this movie repeatedly.
Yeah.
Like we
Same
get
universe?
it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Don't of course me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Josh does not watch scary movies.
I
Josh
watch
tries to avoid
garbage.
scary movies.
Yeah, and you get like The Nun a little bit, right? I'm pretty sure it's the same.
Oh, The Nun is also
universe.
same. Okay.
Yeah. So, but no, they really, really wedge Annabelle in many different ways. That's just like, oh my God, really? So this was a popcorn. This was stupid, terrible. And I don't feel like this is the last Rites. I don't feel like this is it.
Oh.
Yeah.
No way. They're gonna figure out a way to drag this out and end it violently. Like that's what's gonna happen with the Conjuring series.
The Conjuring in space.
Gotta go to
Like,
space,
wasn't
dude.
that Jason X? Freddy versus Jason, or Jason X or something?
Yeah, Jason X.
Oh my God, Josh, you chose Hail Caesar weeks after I reviewed a Coen Brothers film. And now obviously it was just Ethan Coen and his wife in the film that I reviewed. But you chose a Coen Brothers film for our drunk classic, and it's not too old actually, like 2018. I want to say somewhere around there.
2016, I believe.
2016. Oh, I guess almost 10 years time is a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But Hail Caesar, I kind of like, I forgot how witty funny this film was. So what made you want to place this at our feet in this your drunk classic week?
Well, Tarantino, Wes Anderson, of course, Coen Brothers. That's they're on the Rushmore for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anything Coen Brothers, I'm down for. Even that weird Robin Williams film was good, but this is like right in their pocket of weird, witty, strange movie where nothing happens. This is in place of Big Lebowski, because sometimes you don't need it to be a drunk classic because it's Big Lebowski. Like if you haven't seen Big Lebowski, shut up. But this one, a lot of folks haven't seen it because it kind of fell by the wayside. Perhaps, but it's fun.
Sorry.
It's got cool characters. It's got I think it's funny with just like people's facial expressions, like where Newman is an extra on the set of Rome or whatever, and he's just staring like that made me laugh instantly. Just the way
What
he's
does he keeps
staring.
yelling at him? No, lay, but he's not telling him to lay. It's like you have to sprawl,
Yeah, yeah,
sprawl.
yeah.
And he's like keeps trying
Gring,
different ways to
gring, gring.
sprawl. Yeah.
The yeah. So you reminded me of we should probably let's watch a Coen Brothers movie, and I had already seen Burn After Reading, so that was out. I just like this movie. I think it's fun. It's lighthearted. It's a nice look at old Hollywood, reminding me of that Seth Rogen show. You know, like
The studio.
Hollywood making fun of itself. It was just enjoyable. It was like a bunch of scenes that were loosely sewn together that kind of,
Yeah.
kind of came together at the end, sort of. But
What
every
they
scene
use
in
Brolin
itself
as
was
like a
fun.
tether, right? That's basically his role is he's tethering all these stories together.
Right. In the way that maybe a private eye would do in a different movie, but he's not a private eye in this. He's what you call him, a fixer, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that it were so simple. It's one of my favorite scenes in any movie. Would
It's
that
in my
it were
notes.
so simple.
It's in my notes.
And
Rafe
the way
Fiennes
they
is a
bring it
legend.
together at the end, where he's like, "It's complicated." There's just a lot of nods to just how stupid Hollywood used to be, how stupid Hollywood is, how stupid the press is. Everything all together is just silly, very old brother Where Art Thou-ish. Not as good, of course, but And I guess that's about it. But there's a lot of modern day things. There's a whole writer's strike phenomenon. There's a lot of people that think they're smarter than they are. Are you a child? I love that. Yeah, I think it's just an enjoyable film. I give it a popcorn and one. It's fun.
The whole communist group is funny. Like
Yeah.
all their scenes together are funny.
Yeah.
Like, and there's not really any clear explanation around their knowledge of these things for any reason at all. There's just like they know some stuff. Each member of that group has a piece to this communist puzzle.
And that's how a lot of pseudo intellectual groups are. Like they all think they know it all, and they all think they know more than the next guy, but they all only know the first 4chan group. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Jordan, what did you think? Had you seen it, Jordan?
No, I hadn't seen it before, but I remember like the trailer of this and being like, "This looks dumb."
yeah, it was dumb.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it was like colorful, and you get like all of these actors, of course, like just thrown into this movie, squeezed
Thanos,
into this
Black
movie.
Widow, Gambit.
Yeah, everybody's in this movie. And what I did appreciate about it was like the history kind of interwoven in it with the whole Hollywood McCarthyism blacklisted era. There's a bunch of people in the movie, and I did like Josh Brolin and the whole scene with the rabbi and rabbi and a Catholic priest walk into a movie studio. That's hilarious.
I love
the
rabbi was so good.
Yeah. It moves pretty fast for like a movie that's like kind of felt meandering. Like there's just like a lot of random nonsense kind of stuff going on.
Yeah, meandering, but it was extremely quick. Yeah,
but it moved fast, so it was okay. I don't know if I'd ever really watch this again, but I give it I don't know. I think I'm gonna keep it at like a popcorn, like a high popcorn. It was okay. Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, it was for me, I watch it and I was like, I remember why this was forgettable. Like there's not it's like funny. It's like it slips laughs in on you. And like I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just not something that is rememberable unless you had just watched it. Like you have to watch it and then you kind of want to talk about it after you watch it and then you go on with life. Like that was this movie. Like the Channing Tatum reveal, I totally forgot about while I was watching the movie. I was like, that shit was funny. And he just drops their money to the bottom of the ocean. Which in my head, I'm like, don't briefcases float? Like, wouldn't that float? I just don't feel like briefcases aren't buoyant.
Well, money's heavy. I don't know why none of them jumped in.
It's also paper. Yeah, and that's the other thing I was thinking. I was like, you could still get it. Like anyone can still get that. There was a lot of that, but I do love that he did it to save his dog that he was going to leave and then decided to keep. Wes Anderson-esque effects with those submarine scenes and some of the basic scenes. Scarlett Johansson, like it's just it's oh god, it's your grandfather's comics section embodied into a movie.
Okay, yeah.
Like a bunch
Yeah.
of different comic strips, and we made a movie out of all these comic
Like, yeah,
strips.
I didn't laugh my ass off, but it was pleasant.
Yeah. No, and like you said, Ray Fiennes and the cowboy, like their dialogue back and forth is hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I do have in my notes exactly what you were saying with the Ray Fiennes scene where he's trying to teach him how to talk over and over and over again. Uh, what is it? With that it was, with
Would
that it
that it
was.
were so simple.
Yeah, with that it were, twir, twir,
Where
twir.
What
And then
the
what does he keep saying his name is too? Lorenz? Uh,
Yeah, his name was Lawrence Lorenz.
yeah. Lawrence. Okay, okay, Mr. Lorenz. Lawrence. Okay, Lawrence. Mr. Lorenz. It's just it's a movie.
Yeah,
That's a very
it's a movie
it's
about
just
a bunch of movies that are all just like movies, you know?
yeah, if it's just one of those things like you can't get invested too much into any characters. Like you have one option. You have to be invested in Josh Brolin. That's it. Like that's your option for this film. Like you even the cowboy, they give you a little bit with him, but it's just not enough meat to get invested. Like he goes out with that girl and then we never hear from them and their relationship ever again. Are you the most naive cowboy ever? The most naive actor ever? Like she's throwing herself at you and then, I don't know, like I just don't know how I felt about that direction in that scene. And then of course he gets distracted because he thinks he's a real like life what is it, Ethan Hunt,
Yeah.
pardon me, Ethan Hunt, where he's now a super spy guy that is able to like unveil the entire plot. It's a lot. Popcorn one. Popcorn one. Popcorn one.
Papa, Papa one.
Did you guys all
Josh.
did you in the very beginning when he's at confession and he's like, "But I'm trying." Like
Yeah.
it was so funny.
24
He's so
hours.
sad that he can't quit smoking. I'm trying.
What is it? They give you like that is even another connection point that they just don't explore because they give you the impression that he literally goes there every day to confess whatever he's done in his
Right.
day. It's been 23 and a half hours since my last and I'm like,
Yeah.
so he's doing this every day. Can we revisit it? Can you give me a little bit more meat on these bones?
No meat.
Speaking of meat on these bones, Josh, you were watching a movie that I think is an obvious drunk classic, and I would love to talk about it. I would have loved to rewatch it to talk about it, but let's get into what you were watching this week.
I watched a classic killer.
Classic killer.
But I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Demi Lovato. Wedding Crashers. Okay, Vince Vaughn, Owen Wilson. Walking. Others. Rachel McAdams.
Bradley
You
Cooper.
know, this. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I don't know about everybody else, but I have watched this movie easily 25 times. Easily. Like, I've watched this more than I've watched Anchorman. This is one of my most watched films. So much so that I almost have it memorized.
We quoted
And
it endlessly in the dorms.
yeah,
Like rule number 72: never leave a crasher behind.
right. It's from the era of when they made comedy films all the time, and this is one of the better ones. And you know, just first of all, just if you haven't seen it, just go watch Wedding Crashers. I don't care who you are, you're going to enjoy most of it. It's a good
If you
film.
don't, we're gonna nunchuck you.
But it was just on TV, so I watched it. And since it was on TV, they made some cuts. And you know, the tied up in the bedroom / Dr. Quinn medicine woman's breasts, like That whole nighttime, all that nighttime stuff got completely cut out. The entire bit. It just jumps straight to Vince Vaughn having breakfast with the pastor or with the priest.
So stupid.
It was like they cut like 15 minutes out. Like, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
mean, I get it, but like, wow, bold. Yeah, I've seen this a billion times. Like, I remember I have it seared into my brain. Like, we would just leave it on the DVD player so that the intro would keep playing over and over.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
have like the melody in my brain seared in there. You know what I mean? This is a great film. It's got one-liner after one-liner. It's got funny scenes. It's got visuals. It's got slapstick. It's just it's a popcorn and 3 comedy film. I'm not gonna call it a perfect film, but dang, it is close. It's just good. Vince Vaughn at the Vaughniest. Owen Wilson's just adorable.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Wow.
Rachel McAdams playing the most beautiful, just lovable female lead ever for some reason. Just out of like, oh, I would marry you in a second.
Isla Fisher being the beautiful psychopath.
Yeah. Breakout role for her, right?
Feels so good. Feels so good when he jokes.
She's never had a better role. I mean, that was it.
Mom, meatloaf. Meatloaf, Mom.
Is a popcorn and drink movie. All right, that's enough of that. So I watched it to get it out of the way.
Big
So
Tree
we're
Fall
not
Hard?
quoting it. You know what else we're not going to be doing as a drunk classic? We're definitely not going to do Anchorman. Like, you know what I mean? There's just some movies we're just not going to have for drunk classics, period. And if we do, I quit the show.
I want my painting back. Can't have it back. That was a gift.
Yeah, son, you tell that ocean. All right, Jordan, what were you watching?
Oh man, I watched The Interview, the controversial interview, right? The
the fake hype.
The
released in on PlayStations and Xboxes everywhere because you couldn't get it in the theater.
Yes. What is it? A parody of Kim Jong-un and North Korea done by Seth Rogen and James Franco. And yeah, like the movie itself has moments that are funny. But yeah, the real the moment in time around this movie was really like the entertainment more so. I don't know. It was it like led to this. It led to this Sony hack and all this like fallout from it. Interesting stuff there. But what I always seem to forget is that Randall Park was the one that played Kim Jong-un.
Yeah,
and I feel like
I literally forgot that until you said it just now.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think that's the first time. That's definitely the first time that I think I was exposed to Randall Park. And he's great in this role. He really goes for it. But I don't feel like you hear enough of like his experience through all of this. Like he is the one who actually had to play Kim Jong-un, and like how did that affect his personal life? Like seeing the way that it, I don't know. But anyway, James Franco.
He was early in office too. He was in The Office actually, really early. Remember, he plays Jim's and he goes, "Thank you, Dwight, for not seeing color," or something like that.
Yeah,
I've never watched The Office, but I have to. It's definitely
You don't really have to. It's over.
But
you do. Don't let Josh's deep, brooding artist personality distract you from a wonderful show. Okay, The Office is wonderful. I'm sorry, it's not an independent film that was released to an audience of 5. It's great. Everybody loves it.
Its time has passed.
You know what everybody does
while you're at it. See if you like it.
You know what everybody doesn't love anymore is James Franco. Did everybody really ever actually love James Franco?
Pineapple Express, bro.
I know.
Dude, he had a moment. Yeah. He was in everything. He was like Hollywood's it guy. Remember, he hosted the Oscars with Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freaks and Geeks, bro.
Freaks and Geeks.
Probably too short. That is definitely an underappreciated show that should have lasted longer than it did. I think it ran like 1 season.
That was a great show. But right, I don't love him in this movie. He's actually really annoying. Like this movie just like has moments. Like it could have been so much funnier. I feel like, You get the Firework by Katy Perry.
Hmm.
Kim making him cry and crap his pants by singing Firework on TV. Kim Jong-un does have a butthole, these whole scenes. And if liking margaritas is gay, then who wants to be straight, right? Just those memorable lines. But one of my favorite scenes that I forgot about when I was watching this was the fight in the studio room, the control room, and they just keep biting each other's fingers off. The soldier and Seth Rogen, they just keep biting each other's fingers off and they're fighting, and he tackles and picks him up, and the control of the camera control goes up his butt. The soldier guy is stuck in his butt, and he's like maneuvering the soldier guy as they're fighting to like get the camera to work. That was funny. That's good. This is a popcorn movie.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I've got a string of popcorns today, but yeah, it's fine.
Sometimes you miss that sophomoric humor, though. Like, I'm not gonna throw it away. Like, we need stupid comedies. Like, we need them. They need to exist. Like, we need the boundaries to be pushed a little bit. Like, at this point, I think we've jumped the shark with offensive things. I think now it's time to re-accept, like, some things are just fucking movies, and they're poking fun, but they're poking fun at everyone. Me too. Like, I'm getting made fun of. Everybody's getting made fun of. Look at all the commercials in the 90s where white people couldn't do stuff. Everybody gets made fun of, right? That's why you need like a special colander, because white people would spill their spaghetti all over themselves without the special colander on this infomercial.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something, but I forgot.
So a popcorn for The Interview?
Yeah. Yep. Big popcorn.
All right, man. I am loving the energy from the cast today. You guys are bringing it. Like, so much personality. I get it. It's a holiday. It's the start of football season when we're recording this. But
it's a holiday?
Let's be excited that we watch some terrible movies. I watched a movie that's not terrible, though. So the sad thing is, sorry, Josh, go ahead.
What's the holiday?
It's NFL start.
NFL, baby, first Sunday of NFL football season.
Not a holiday.
It is to people that like life and aren't wanting to go sit in a dark room and paint stuff, okay? Like, for all of us that want to run around in the sunlight, like, guess what? Today is that day when we're not going to run around in the sunlight. Really, what we're going to do is sit down on our couch for 12 hours today and veg out on, like, wings. Occasionally, at some half times, like, wander into the kitchen and see what we're going to snack on that's not good for our bodies. Like, that's today.
That's today.
Jordan,
that was
did
today.
You say that sounds nice? Did you
Don't
say
take this from me?
That sounds nice. That's today. That is today.
All right, moving on.
All right, so I watched The Gentleman. This movie is a Guy Ritchie film, so you know what you're getting from this. But you got Matthew McConaughey, Jeremy Strong, Charlie Hume, Hugh Grant, Colin Farrell. And what sucks for me is I was like, how did this movie like fly under my radar? Like, how did I not watch this? I did watch it. I just forgot it that I watched it, because when I started watching, I was like, I remember this movie. Like,
so I was
through it.
I thought so, because I know you watched the show.
Yeah, I loved the show. But I watched the show, which is it's like different. It's the same but different, if that makes sense. Like, it has similarities to the movie, but it's not the same thing. Same idea, basically. And they're gonna like basically stop saying basically. Anyway, so the movie. Matthew McConaughey is a certified badass in this movie, and it's such a low-key badass that you really you're in it for him. Him and his wife are fantastic in this. Jeremy Strong, this is before I was on like the Jeremy Strong is a really talented actor like page, before Succession. Succession really put Jeremy Strong over the top for me, even though like by all accounts he's kind of a douche. Succession, Jeremy Strong was great. And in this, Jeremy Strong is fantastic. Even at the very end, he's still so good as that character, as that like deplorable multi-billionaire, like kind of some of the stuff he does is legal. Some of the stuff he doesn't do is legal, like all billionaires. And it's just an interesting turn, because in reality, you shouldn't root for the drug dealer, but we're going to get into that later. But you do. in The Gentleman. Like, you do root for Matthew McConaughey. You do root for Charlie Hume. You don't root for the blackmailing reporter and Hugh Grant. You want him to have his comeuppance. And this movie gives you everything you want. Colin Farrell, man, like, he is such a good actor, and I don't think he was typecast into such terrible roles, I think, at the beginning of his career, that we don't even realize, like, when he gets roles like this with some meat and he could play around a little bit, he is so good as the boxing coach. Like, every move he makes, every like twitch, every lift of the eyebrow, every like emphasis that he puts on certain words of lines of dialogue, it's so precise and so interesting and so funny. I'm like, man, like, I don't think I've given Colin Farrell enough credit for how good he is. Like, yeah, we
No.
talked about Banshees, but go ahead, Josh.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you. Yeah, Banshees, of course, but then obviously Penguin. Like, Colin Farrell
Yeah.
is one of the greats.
Yeah. I mean, obviously he had his struggles with addiction, and maybe that's what was going on there. But like, I don't know, I don't want to say ever since he's been sober, but I think Robert Downey kind of had the same arc. But Robert Downey, I think, was regarded as the next big thing before he had his whole addiction issue that he had to pull out of, and then he got Iron Man after that. Whereas Colin Farrell, I just think, you get the remake of Total Recall, you get Miami Vice, and Phone Booth is great, though. That was one of your drunk classics.
That was one of my drunk classics. I have another Colin Farrell on here that could mess you up, but I'm saving it.
Okay. Okay. So for this, the whole time I was watching, like I said, I was trying to remember, like, why did I not see this in 2020? And like I said, it's because I had seen this movie. It's entertaining. It's going to keep you engaged. It's funny. It's got action. One of my favorite quotes ever. There's only one law in this jungle, and that's when the lion is hungry, he fucking eats. Like, I love that line of dialogue. I don't want to spoil it, but it doesn't ever really happen, you know? If you watch the movie, like, it's just an embellished thing that occurs. But like little lines like, you should really invest in parachutes. Like, that stuff is so funny, like, and well written, and it's delivered very well. So I don't know if it's, again, Guy Ritchie's direction or the way these actors are playing these roles. They're very low key and just soft, but like driven at the same time. So I'm gonna give The Gentleman a
gentlemen.
popcorn and 2. Go ahead, Jordan. What'd you say?
I just said they're gentlemen.
Yes. Josh, what else were you watching?
I watched a little something called Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV with John Hambone. And what's her name? Olivia Munn as well, and
Okay.
Amanda Peet. Drink link for the last week.
Drink link.
And some annoying kids, of course. Other people.
Yeah.
If you're not sure what this movie's about, it's about upper class people and the rich neighborhoods they live in, and the community and the neighborhood, and then the dinner parties and blah blah blah. Main character gets fired. He's in the middle of a divorce. He's having a bad time. He resorts to stealing jewelry and such from his friends and neighbors.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
That's the title of the show. That makes so much sense now.
Yeah. So they do some cool things. So almost every episode, he goes into one of his rich friend's house, and he steals something like a very nice watch or a necklace or whatever. And while he's doing it, he gives you a little TED talk about why this watch is what it is. And that's always really cool. They have a little like fancy PowerPoint slideshow, like really fun, like graphics, and talk about why this particular watch is the shit. Or when he steals this diamond necklace, he goes into the diamond trade and how it's the biggest hustle known to humanity. And that part's really interesting. The story in general about him and his life, it's engaging. I wouldn't say it's top tier, and I wouldn't say he's likable in any way, but it keeps you in. One thing that I think was interesting, not really a spoiler, he's having sex with Olivia Munn. Olivia Munn? Yes. In secret. They're having secret sex. Because she's married and he's going through a divorce, and they all know everybody knows everybody, so they want to keep it secret. So they're having really and it's not like they have sex scenes, right? But the sex scenes they're not like you see her butt crack. You know what I mean? That's about it.
Gotcha.
but they show you just enough to show you that they're having really, pounding, rough, impassionate sex, fake pseudo passionate sex, where they're both like screaming and doing this, and you can see John Hamm's like trying his best to like be into it. Like this is a lot of work, whatever. And I say all this because they
to
do
look
that.
like he's railing.
Yeah, and she's like, "Give it to me," and it's like, oh, okay. But I say all this because they show that a few times, and every time you're like, "Oh, it's kind of uncomfortable." But it's real brief. But then towards the end, he has a sex scene with Amanda Peet, which is his ex-wife, and it's very loving, and it shows that he's not bad at sex. He just is not bad. He's not good at sex with Olivia Munn. And with a woman that he loves, he's great at it. They have a wonderful, very romantic, passionate.
He's great at it. He's great at sex with somebody he loves.
Well, you know what I mean. Like there's two kinds of sex. Well, there's hopefully more than two.
Yeah,
but
there's one kind where you're taking notes for some moves, and the other kind where you're ignoring it. I got you.
There's the booty call, and then there's the real thing. And it was interesting seeing that juxtaposition. That's neither here nor there. The story in general is good enough. I give the whole thing a popcorn in 1. They lead it into an obvious, they're going to make a second season, perhaps, or they're going to try to, and not necessarily, but okay, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? They didn't need to make a second season, but they're gonna, and sure, it's fine. There's a little bit of humor throughout. It's good. Popcorn in 1.
Popcorn and 1. So sounds like a background show. Throw it on in the background while you're doing some stuff.
It's background. Do your laundry.
Do your damn laundry and then fold it and put it away in the same day, kids. All right, Jordan, what else were you watching?
Well, I watched, something that would most definitely be a drunk classic, but this movie is like 3 hours long, so I'm not going to do that.
So this is a classic killer?
I would say so.
Classic killer!
Yes. Interstellar. I watched
No.
Interstellar. All
I still
right,
haven't seen
and this is, you've never seen this?
I really want to.
This is a...
Can we pause for 2 seconds? That just reminds me if you're talking to somebody and like, because this movie's been out for a while, like long enough to be re-released, and you're like, it's like your job has been like, Star Wars? Yeah, I love it. Have you seen it? No, but I really want to get into it. It came out like 1970.
Yeah.
Free on
Also,
everything.
may I also point out, this is exactly why we have drunk classics.
Yeah.
So you can make me watch it.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
Yeah, I think like 2.5 hour movie. It's just like, I'd be kind of mad at you if you made me watch a 2.5 hour movie for a drunk classic. But, this
Casey
would be
Affleck's
one that's
face on the screen all the time for no friggin' reason.
yeah. This is a movie that like you've got to watch it, man. This is my second watch of this movie, and I watched it around the time it first came out, and it was just too deep for me. Like I wasn't ready intellectually for this movie, or just like in any aspect. I just wasn't prepared for this movie, and I remember being like, "Wow, that was cool," and like thinking about it for days afterward, and always being like, "Whoa!" I remember that being like one of the best movies I've ever seen. But this second watch through it, man, I picked up so much more and was able to follow so much more of what was going on. It is deep on the astrophysics and all this stuff, but really, it's not too hard to follow. It's really not that dense. They do a pretty decent job of spoon feeding a lot of stuff to you, in a way that doesn't feel like it. But this movie will trigger like an existential crisis in you. Like how insignificant you feel watching this movie is insane. This cast is incredible. Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, John Lithgow, Michael Caine, Matt Damon. You get young Timothy Chalamet. Okay, I had no idea he was in this. Young, really young Timothy Chalamet. Casey Affleck, Topher Grace. Right. amongst other faces, right? Pretty stacked
Man,
cast
Topher
there.
Grace
Lot
is
of
like
white
one of the
guys.
most forgettable actors of all time.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty stacked cast. I like the mockumentary kind of aspect of it, and then the reveal of what is actually taking place, like where this is coming from. It kind of flashes to like people talking about how the earth is dying and blah blah blah, right? And then it shows you real scenes of what's happening. And then there's a reveal kind of towards the middle end of this movie. That's like, oh, that's where all this footage and stuff is coming from. But it's a really sad movie. It's cool. Like the effects are incredible. Like I said, like I consider this a top 10 movie ever of all time. Best
Wow.
movies of all time. And I would absolutely say, like, if you're going for, there's sci-fi, there's Star Wars sci-fi, right? And then there's like, I don't know, realistic sci-fi. I don't know
Yeah,
what other
there's
movie you would
science
It's
put.
really
fantasy.
realistic though. It's all physics theory. The whole movie
R-
is physics theory.
Right, right. You know, but there's no like laser swords. But
Right.
so I would say this
But
is
there
like the
is Matt
greatest.
Damon, and he plays a total douche.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, he does, right? That turn is crazy. Um so yeah, you get like the quirky robot, the like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy robot, you know, but like real. Um
hmm
yeah, I'd say the greatest sci-fi movie of all time. Again, like it's just
Wow.
one that just weighs on you. This movie, like you feel it for days after watching it. This is a popcorn and 3. This is a
Popcorn
must-watch
and
movie.
All right, now I gotta watch it. I think the main reason is I know it's long, I know it's emotional, and I know I have to watch it twice. Maybe that's what's
Oh
kept
yeah,
watching it.
yeah, for sure.
yeah. Why don't you take notes, you nerd?
Kind of like
But
me.
I want to see Josh's actual real life review journals where it's probably so deep and he dumbs it down for us schlubs. It's like
It's
the
just
way
pictures of
that
ducks and
I
dicks and
gazed.
poopies. I just doodle. That's how I take
All
notes.
right. So I also watched no, it was just not as epic as what you just reviewed. I watched Brawl in Cell Block 99, one of the worst practical effects / prison movies ever made. Vince Vaughn, I don't know what was it. Did he think he was going to get like Oscar buzz for this? Why would he sign on to make this movie? Because this is like peak Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn was like crushing it around the time when this movie came out.
I think he was just
And
trying to break out of comedy. Remind people he was a
but
good
he
actor.
also what's the movie with Jennifer Lopez where it's Vince Vaughn, Jennifer Lopez, where he plays the
Geely.
detective and they what'd you say?
Geely?
No, The Cell. It's The Cell.
Oh,
Where he plays the detective. So he's done serious roles.
yeah.
It's just like that's not where his bread is buttered in this. Like he plays a Southern man that has principles and morals, yet never, has done much with it. He was an alcoholic, never touched any other drugs, and it's like none of his story makes sense. How is he so down over this? Okay. Alcohol did all of this to him. Like it's bad. Like his story's bad, but he's so like he's fucking Captain America, basically, is how they're like painting him out. Like and super
Yeah.
intelligent, the best fighter you've ever seen, can rip a hood off of a car with his bare hands.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this movie's dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it.
Boy named Sue, tough as nails, Jack Reacher.
Yeah.
Except for he doesn't have the background to be able to do any of these things like that he's doing in this movie. And then MacGyver, he does some MacGyver shit too. And I'm just like, who is this? How could he not find a job in the outside? It doesn't make any sense. Oh, he'd never been to prison before this. How can he not find a job? Move. Go one of the worst, like your wife's been cheating on you scenes ever is in this movie too. It's like,
Yeah.
well, how many times? Because I forgive you. I suppose I haven't been home, but I was trying to earn a living for this family. I do it all for you. Oh, wait, 9 months goes by and now we're a big old happy family. Now, it does star. Here's where this movie wins. And it wins in the last 5 to 15 minutes. The creepiest abortion doctor I have ever seen in any film ever is in this, with zero emotion, just a Korean actor, no emotion. Like very excited to do something absolutely terrible to another human being, and very let down when things don't go his way. It's just, your usual, what do you do when life has you down and you can't find a way to support your family? You've got to turn to the other side of the tracks, or, drugs.
Yeah,
It's if you want to see really terrible action sequences, Jordan loves them. But for me, I was like, this is so
I
stupid.
like
It's
this
not
movie.
even cheese. It's not even cheese. It's just like it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a popcorn. Jordan, do you have any comments on Brawl and Cell Block 99 starring Vince Vaughn?
I watched it once, and I do get like how ridiculous it is, and how like Vince Vaughn lumbers around the movie and just kind of like stomps people's heads, and Samson Jawbone rips them and stuff. But like, yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I was entertained by this movie. I don't know, it was the novelty of like, yeah, what is Vince Vaughn doing kind of thing. Like, this is ridiculous.
I really wanted to enjoy it. I reviewed this not recently, maybe last year.
A while ago, yeah.
And I called it a Redbox special or something. But yeah, I wanted to enjoy it. I like the parts where Vince Vaughn's talking shit to people, but that's kind of it. Like the
Yeah.
motivations, the plot, the extra special torture unit in the shit covered basement, like all that was whatever.
You do get the smartest dialogue in the film is between Vince Vaughn and the detective. And then but it's just like, it tries too hard to be like, yo, the good people aren't the ones, the criminals aren't the ones going to jail for silly crimes. It's the good people that have to turn to these crimes to support their families.
Yeah,
That's the
whatever.
vibes.
Speaking
Jordan.
of turning to
Yeah.
crime,
Oh yeah, turning to crime. Breaking Bad. Okay, I watched Breaking Bad. I did a full rewatch, and it was my second time watching this show. And it was, again, I always consider it. I always tell people this is the best TV show I think I've ever watched,
it's the
ever
best TV
made.
show.
And
He went from a string of popcorns to a string of, this is the best thing ever.
right, yeah, polar opposites here today. The first season is incredible, and the unfortunate thing is like, this show didn't catch on. Like, it almost got canceled a lot of
Yeah.
times. It didn't really catch on to like the third season or so.
Yeah, something
and
like
then
that.
it only went on for another few seasons.
It was a word of mouth show. It was a
Yeah.
word of mouth show. It wasn't a show that you found. It was a show that somebody that you knew somebody else found, and it got recommended to you through the pipeline. And then you
Yeah.
waited
Because
about
what was it
6
on?
months to actually watch it.
It wasn't on Turner Classic Movies, but what was the
It was on
channel?
AMC.
it was on? AMC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The characters, man, the characters are gold in this. Everybody is terrible.
Tuco's crazy.
Tuco Salamanca. Yeah. tight. Yeah, that guy was nuts. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. The characters in this are fantastic. Everybody is
single one of
so
them.
dislikable.
Yeah.
Everyone is so dislikable, but has a charm about them that you're just like, I want to know more about this
Yeah.
person.
I want to show about Bill Burr's character and the other guy.
If you have to pick a hero of this movie, is it Jesse? This TV show. Is it Jesse?
Yeah,
Sort
you
of.
didn't watch El Camino?
Jesse, yeah, okay.
seen-
Like, I get it. He's like redeemable and all that, but like, he is the solitary reason that like 90% of everything that happens in this show goes bad.
No, yeah, he's not the hero. No.
'cause Go ahead, Josh.
You think Jesse's the hero?
If you
He's-
have to
if
pick
you
one.
watch El Camino, he's clearly the hero. If you watch the movie that wraps up everything,
Yeah.
El
Okay,
Camino
well, I
takes
still need
place
to see
after.
that. But if we're taking this one show as it is, he's along for the ride. He's, like you said, Jordan, the cause of a lot of things. Terrible things happen to him that are not justified. awful, horrible things, you definitely feel for Jesse more than anyone else, I would say.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, he tries to get out of this life multiple times. Like,
Yes.
tons of times, and he's trying to do it doing the right thing. Like, he's trying to settle down with what is a good girl, and then that starts to get corrupted. What, twice? Season 5 and what, season 3 or 4? With Kristen Ritter, and then he just left. Like, what Walter does to her is wild, and I think that's where like people started to turn on Walter.
Yeah, we got Gus Fring, we got Giancarlo Esposito, revival
Yeah.
of his career, man. He was fantastic as the Chicken Man in this. You just want, if anybody needed more of a story, like a spinoff, like a short spinoff series, it was definitely his character, I thought. Skylar White.
Call Saul.
Skylar White, one of the, we got Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul. I heard it's good. I've heard it's a good show. It's won a lot of awards, right? I mean,
I'm told it's just as good, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the same feeling everybody always has. Like, I don't know if I want to watch that. But Skylar White, one of the most notoriously hated characters in all of television ever.
I've never once felt hate for her.
You're a soft heart.
I still think she is
wrong.
terrible.
She's
She benefits
not understanding that all he's trying to do is save his family from the brink of irrelevance, bankruptcy, and living on the streets.
But he has opportunities to not sell meth anymore. Like, he makes his money, and they could be fine.
Sell meth.
And he could stop at a certain point, and he repeatedly chooses not to, and it becomes more than that. Where I have a problem is, like, she benefits from this in so many ways. Like, there's times where she chooses to benefit from this, and then she wants to shit all over him and everybody else for being involved. And then she wants to just she's a coward. Like, she just wants to like play the fence and be on the side that comes out of this unscathed.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I can't stand it. But
that's the mark of a good actress too. A good actress and a good character.
Yeah,
that's very true. Hank, the cop with the what is it? What do they call the bone in front of him? Whatever is that phrase that they use for like that cop that just won't quit. Yeah.
Oh, a dog with a bone.
Dog with the bone. And I totally forgot Hank. I totally forgot Hank's fate in this show. I totally forgot that happens. That was a shock to me.
Dude, he went out like a gangster too, man. He's like, he already decided.
Yeah, you get some respect for Hank at the same time. Like, the whole show, you're like, God, just let go, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't have that valiantness that in me. I'd be like, dude, just let it. Who cares? Like, you got the win, and maybe like, yes, that's what's wrong with policing. I guess maybe it's just like he's not in it for just like a singular glory. Like, he's really like, I want to get this guy, and he's big picture.
He's a guy that you initially obviously just don't like because he's like, hey, macho guy.
He's a tool. He's a big time tool.
And he's actively
also like sexist.
Yeah, he's a tool.
He's sexist,
Racist,
all these things. But he's a good cop, and he's a man of actual moral integrity in his own way. Yeah. And he's got this code, and man, when he gets all the PTSD stuff, you really feel for him, and the way he takes out those twins, man. You like cheer him on, and like that's what's so beautiful about this show. Yeah.
And then one of the second worst characters in TV history is Walt Jr. / Flynn. I could not with the Flynn thing, dude. If my son was like, oh God, that's bad. That's rough. But he's super annoying the whole show. I'm not going to do an imitation of any of his lines, but
he's the worst, dude. Yeah. He's the worst. He's so spoiled and such an asshole and such a little bitch.
Yeah.
Josh hates kids.
But you do get you get some epic action, you get some epic dialogue, you get some hilarious lines, right? With Jesse and it's just great. It's an all-time greatest show of all time. Yeah, this is my own private domicile, bitch.
Yeah,
uh, so yeah, this is a Popcorn and 3 show.
Popcorn and 3. I
Right.
agree with that. It actually sprouted an entire tourism industry in Albuquerque, New Mexico. They actually they have an RV that drives people around to like all these sites. It's the Breaking Bad
Mm.
RV tour. And there's even like Blue Meth Donuts at Rebel
Yeah.
Donuts in Albuquerque,
I
New
want that.
Mexico that they do. Like so they do like obviously blue dye on like rock candy or whatever. And they
Wow.
put it on the donuts, but like there's all kinds of stuff. Like the person, I think they're probably dead. It was an old lady's house or an old man's house where Walt throws the pizza on the
Oh,
roof of the house. But they used to eventually they had to sit outside with a shotgun in their front yard because people kept running to their house and throwing pizzas
yeah,
on the
Oh my
actual
God.
person's roof.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, one of my favorite lines I forgot is the fights with Bogdan the car wash guy. Fuck you and your eyebrows. He grabs his junk. He's like, restrain this. It's great.
All right. Yeah. Oh, the like the motel with the where they play that like little song like with the motel girl or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I used to
Mhm.
drive past that all the time. That motel, like literally all the time I drove past that motel. So for me, the last thing I'm gonna review is the back half of Wednesday season 2, starring Jenna Ortega. This show, season 2 was better. It was better. It gets weirder. They push a little too hard in the back half of this season. I mean, Catherine Zeta is phenomenal. Like she's amazing,
Mm.
and she always has been. But Pugsley gets a little bit more like baby, and I don't like that too much. Like that's not my thing.
Yeah.
But
So it doesn't improve from the first half because he was definitely like one of the sore spots of the first one.
yeah, it's still like I don't have
Mm.
friends, like I'm a
Yeah.
loser, all that stuff. But the 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 villains were significantly better in the back half as they start to come together, right? Because we're careening towards the season finale in the back half. The villains, I will still say this: it was a much better fleshed out season than season 1. The writing was much better. They just go for a couple corny things in the back half that I didn't appreciate. I wanted them to keep going with the direction they were going in the first half of season 1, where I was like, okay, it's better writing, better character development. They're really fleshing out some stories so they can keep this train on the tracks. This one, you get a little bit more in the back half meat of who the Addams family actually is, like who Gomez, like why he is the way he is. You get a little bit of the backing there, and it's because you're going to start to get a little bit more like of a progression origin story. Does that make sense? Like we're going to progress forward, where we're going to give you the origin and why it is we've gotten to this point without having to do like an origin series, if that makes
Mm.
sense. And
Yeah.
I like it better personally. So I'm gonna give the back half of Wednesday. I don't want to spoil anything, and if I talk too much, I will. I'm gonna give the back half of Wednesday a popcorn and 1, and I think I gave the front half a popcorn and 2. Jenna
Okay.
Ortega is a superstar. She's got this franchise locked up. I think a lot of the characters here are going to continue to be developed and move forward. We already know where Pugsley is going. Like we've seen pictures of him at Comic-Con where they're going to take that character. Fred Armisen is one of the best impressionists or character actors like out there that
He's
exist.
great
So
as Fester.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's wacky
Fred
talented.
Armisen,
He could play
top tier.
Fester literally forever. You're gonna get some origin of some characters in the Addams family that you didn't really give much thought to, and I think that that's kind of cool. That these little ancillary characters that you didn't give a ton of thought to, you're gonna get some backing on why they are the way they are, where they come from, how this misfits stuff comes together. There's even a kind of funny take on cults, which I was like, that's funny. Like thinking about it through the eyes of manipulation and how there's different aspects of a cult that you don't really consider because you just see like a figurehead. I thought
Mhm.
I thought it was interesting the way they did it, the way they played it up, and how this cult exists. Like I said, we're gonna give back half a popcorn and 1. I gave the first half a popcorn and 2. Jordan, it is your drunk classic this week. What do you have us
Woo!
watching?
I got inspired. I'm gonna give us a little drunk classic drink link from this week. Okay. I am going to go with a Owen Wilson movie.
Wow.
It is not a comedy, though.
Wow.
It's not a comedy. It's short. It's in and out. It is a suspense thriller called No Escape, starring
It's a good
Owen
movie.
Wilson.
It's a
Yeah,
great movie.
yeah.
Pierce
Never heard of it.
Brosnan, right?
I think so. Yeah, he is in it.
Yeah, great movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Never heard of it.
It was like a Netflix thing. Like it was like a B movie back when we were kids. You know, they had the B
Yeah.
movie, and
This
it just got like
this is Owen Wilson's Brawl on Cell Block 99, except it was good because they don't try to make Owen Wilson something he is not. He's just a little bitch, and he runs away the whole movie, basically.
Cool.
yeah, he's just someone's dad.
Yeah, he's just a dad.
I'm just a dad, guys. What's our butter on top?
We have a movie that all three of us are very excited about. Josh, fingers crossed that our producer can make it, because I like when Josh can get to the butter on top, but I can't, always lead with him when he watches the butter on top, because I'm gonna get yelled at about that. Anyway, we're gonna watch The Long Walk. Stephen King's The Long Walk. It is in theaters this Friday, Thursday night. If you go see it, it's getting rave reviews. Very excited. I don't want to build it up too much, but hopefully you will join us. Really quickly, let's run down. You can get Wedding Crashers where, Josh? It was on TV.
Yeah.
DB.
What channel?
Dude, it was on TV. I don't know. Comedy
You can-
Central.
okay, if you have a TV provider or a sign into Xfinity, it's probably available. Fubo, it's probably available, is where you can get Wedding Crashers, or it's probably on your DVD shelf, to be quite honest. I'm pretty certain most humans own this somewhere.
If you have a DVD
Where
shelf,
can you get
but
Friends
you're
and Neighbors,
good.
Josh?
Apple TV, Friends and Neighbors.
Apple TV for Friends and Neighbors. Jordan, the interview?
The interview was just on TV as well. Yeah.
Sometimes it's just on
Interstellar?
TV.
Yeah, Channel Surf.
Interstellar?
Interstellar was a rental. I rented that one.
The Prime.
Oh, like on Amazon, Google. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was like, in my head, for some reason, I was like, why would you go to a video store? Anyway,
no.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was on it's like, I don't know, on demand. I don't know. I'm sorry. It was just like a streaming service. Some random streaming service.
Some streaming service.
So
is going great.
I watched Brawl on Cell Block 99 on I watched Brawl on Cell Block 99 on Hulu. I watched Hail Caesar, rented from Google Play Store. Conjuring Last Rites is, of course, in movie theaters. The Gentleman is available on Netflix. Thank you so much for joining us each and every week. We will see you at the movies. You get the popcorn. We got the beer.